This is Local 6 Saturday in high definition.
Good morning, I'm Juliana Valencia.
And I'm meteorologist Jason Lindsay. Over the past few Saturdays, the past few weekends, we've enjoyed nice weather, haven't we?
It's been beautiful, nice and sunny. Now it's raining.
Very rainy outside. Take a look at live ultimate Doppler radars a little bit later.
Okay, well, thank you, Jason. Looking at what's new this morning, we're hearing different reports about a deadly car bombing in Baghdad. At least 21 people have died and 42 are injured. Local police say that pilgrims walking to a holy shrine were the target, but other Iraqi security officials say the attack targeted an open-air market. Right now, no one has claimed responsibility for the attack, but it is similar to previous Islamic State attacks. A mother and daughter from the U.S. have been found safe after getting lost during a hike. The pair spent 4 nights lost in New Zealand. They were spotted by a rescue helicopter early this morning and taken to a local hospital, where they're being treated for dehydration and exhaustion. Authorities say they survived by staying calm and sticking together for warmth.
They've stuck together as they should have, so police are applauding them for their efforts in regards to that and their calm thinking. They've stayed together, they've stayed warm, and they've rationed their resources out. They're understandably a little bit worse for wear now, just dehydrated and exhausted.
The mother was visiting her daughter, who is studying in New Zealand. Police say they planned on taking a day-long hike on Tuesday, but were stranded in rough terrain after not being able to find their way back. And here's what's happening now. People in the Midwest are waking up to the aftermath of severe storms that moved through the area last night. This video is from Texas last night. The storm set off tornado warning sirens and caused hailstorms. More severe weather moved through the area overnight, but meteorologists say they don't expect any more bad weather there this weekend. How far would you go to protect your home during a flood? For people living near the breached Lensmall levee in southern Illinois, protecting their home has become a necessity. The levee in Alexander County breached on New Year's Day, creating about a mile-long hole that still hasn't been filled. Local 6's Robert Bradfield explains how this is leaving homeowners in limbo as the Army Corps of Engineers looks for the most cost-effective plan to repair it if they can.
Had in mind.
Feldman said the initial cost to repair the levee is around $20 million, but that could change. He expects a final decision before the end of the summer. An Ohio community is still feeling the impact of an unsolved mass murder that left 8 people dead last week. Last night, they held a vigil to honor the victims. Funeral services for some of the victims were also held this week. Kendra Roden is mourning her father, Kenneth. She spoke at the vigil.
Each of them lived full, wonderful lives, even though they were taken too soon. They were the best people to know. They were all kind and full of love.
The remaining family members will be laid to rest together on Tuesday. No arrests have been made so far in this case. In this morning's Decision 2016 coverage, Republican presidential candidate John Kasich says he's worried about division in the country. He spoke to voters in California last night. Kasich predicts severe backlash for the party in the general election if a more unifying candidate isn't elected. He says if Donald Trump wins the nomination, he'll get crushed in the fall.
And give them hope again. We can do it.
Ted Cruz picked up a critical endorsement ahead of next week's primary in Indiana. Governor Mike Pence announced his support for Cruz yesterday afternoon. He called Cruz a principled conservative who's shown the courage of his convictions. Cruz says he happily welcomes Pence's support. Meanwhile, Trump is warning Republican power brokers that he will beat Hillary Clinton with or without them. Trump told the California Republican Party convention that the party needs to unify behind him as its nominee. Trump needs 1,237 delegates to clinch the nomination ahead of the GOP convention in Cleveland this July. Here's a look at the latest delegate numbers. Trump has 996, followed by Cruz, who has 565, and Kasich, who has 153. On the Democratic side, Chelsea Clinton was in one of the local 6 states campaigning for her mom yesterday. She spoke to voters in Lexington. Here's a clip of what she had to say.
I think there is so much.
Hillary Clinton is getting into full candidate mode. Her campaign employees are heading to battleground states across the country like Ohio, Florida, and Colorado. Democrats are also eyeing the possibility of making a run at traditionally Republican-leaning states like Georgia, North Carolina, and Arizona. Happening next, country music artist Jamie Johnson will perform at the DuQuoin State Fair this summer. He'll appear on the grandstand stage on September 2nd. The fair runs from August 26th through September 5th. Take a look at the cutest addition to the Milwaukee County Zoo. This baby giraffe was born this week. This big little girl is only 3 days old, but already weighs 130 pounds and is about an inch taller than me at 5 feet 7 inches. Do you have any old prescription medications? Coming up a little later, why today is the perfect day to get rid of them. But first, his job is to protect the community, but this police officer is doing so much more than that. How he's earned the nickname Community Cop, coming up next. Remember, you're watching WPSD Local 6 Saturday.